Grognak and the Ruby Ruins. Oh yeah, here we go. 2063 Hubris Comics Game Studio. You find yourself in a worn but well-kept tavern filled with all manner of folk. It's time to recruit some help for your quest to stop Grognak. To whom do you speak? Well, I gotta talk to Bloppo. Bloppo, a quest you say, with treasure. I'm your man. As long as you have the gold, as long as the gold keeps flowing in return, I'll make sure enemies are wide open to attacks. HP 36, focus 20, damage 9 out of 11, 9 to 11, initiative 20. Invite Bloppo to join the party? Let's wait. We're gonna talk to everybody. Really, did I come off too greedy? I'm sorry. I just like to meet expectations. People don't generally want a philanthropic thief. Okay. Just hold on. I just gotta talk to everybody, alright? Let's talk to Mala. Oh my. You dare patronize me? You know full well who I am. Mala, Ward Maiden of Mars. I'll draw enemy attacks and help you gain against Grognak. But this doesn't make us friends. HP 48, focus 20, damage 8 to 14, and initiative 14. Invite Mala to join the party? Not quite. As you wish, Grognak, but the loss is truly yours, perhaps in time for me to leave this accursed world and return home to Mars, a more hospitable clime. Okay, hopefully no one leaves before I'm done. I could go with no one? Oh my gosh. Let's try Swift. Swift. Like I have a choice, Mother said, to get off my behind and quest. So quest I must, at least my elven salves will protect us from harm. Ooh, a healer. HP 40, focus 30, damage 5 to 11, initiative 8. Invite Swift to join the party. I think at this point I could probably go ahead and hire him, but I want to hear what he says when I say no. Oh, thank the ancestors, no offense, but this Grognak sounds dangerous. Better I stick to killing rats in the cellars or something. Okay, well, Zackstar. The powers of the cosmos are at my command. This Grognak complete fraud, parlor tricks and mirrors. So to keep things challenging, I'll limit myself to putting enemies to sleep. HP 34, focus 40, damage 5 to 9, and initiative 10. Invite Zackstar to join the party. I feel like you're low on the list, as my divinations predicted, which is why I left my staff an instant victory at home. Staff of instant victory at home. It weighs a ton. No point in lugging it around for nothing. Okay, well, I definitely think I want Swift. Let's hire Swift. Yes. Will this quest provide time for leisure, gambling, wine, and revelry of any sort? No. Great. Just great. All right. I think we can have one more person. I think I'm going to go with Mala. She seems pretty cool. All right, Mala. Come with us. Let us talk now of strategy. If you flank left, then I will go right. We can, Grognak. Are you listening? By the stars, why do I even bother? You'll just charge in regardless. It's true. I do plan on doing that. Your party is complete. Now venture forth and stop Grognak. Oh, it's just like Wasteland, but sword and board style. Okay, well, let's search the left side. I see a cave up here that needs my attention. Goblin Cave. We find a goblin. 3 goblins. A screeching goblin rushes at you with a bloodstained club. Round 1, the goblin hits Swift for 13 damage. Oh, we won't have that. Let's attack, Mala. Mala hits the goblin for 11 damage. Grognak goes in, barreling. Grognak hits the goblin for 16 damage. It's done. The goblin is dead. A screeching goblin rushes at you with a bloodstained club again. Let's go ahead and attack, Mala. Mala hits the goblin for 14 damage, but the goblin hits Grognak for 13. All right, Grognak, a little payback time. Grognak hits the goblin for 9 damage. The goblin is dead. And we have one final goblin running in with his blood-stained club. He hits Mala for 11 damage. Mala, you get some revenge in there. Mala hits the goblin for 14. Grognak hits the goblin for 17, and he's done. We've cleared out the cave. We've won the battle. You find 15 gold and a spiked club, plus 2 to damage. Well, let's go ahead and put that on. Mala seems to go first, so let's bring her damage up. Mala takes the spiked club. Goblin bodies litter the floor as you turn and leave the shallow cave. Awesome. So, what's this hole? Forgotten Cloister? Shaggy Man Beast? Oh my, you face one Shaggy Man Beast. He has 60 HP. A Shaggy Man Beast approaches slowly, betraying a vile cunning behind its feral facade. Let's go in attacking. Mala hits the Shaggy Man Beast for 14 damage. We're gonna go in a furious rage. Let's try it out. Grognak rages forth, striking furiously. Grognak hits Shaggy Man Beast for 16 damage. Grognak hits the Shaggy Man Beast for another 11 damage. And again for 17 damage. And finally with 12 damage. That's amazing. Grognak's awesome. Swift's finally going to get some action. Let's hit. Swift hits the beast for 8 damage. Shaggy Man Beast is dead. You've won the battle. Let's search his corpse. We find 10 gold and a furry hide armor. Oh, I definitely think we should put that on that there Swifty guy. Swift gets furry hide armor. Rid of its savage tenant, the cloister can now once again welcome monks and become a beacon of wisdom. Beautiful. Look at us. We're already cleaning up. We got another place up here. What's this? Valkyrian Tomb. Ghost 35. You face 2 ghosts and 1 orc diabolists. The temperature drops as a wailing ghost materializes before your eyes. Let's do Aegis stance. Mala moves into an Aegis stance and attacks, making her an easy target, but well-protected target. I see. She hits the ghost for 12 damage. The ghost hits Mala for 17 damage, and the Aegis stance reduces it to 8. Okay, she is now the target. Let's go for Iron Skin Salve. Swift coats the party with a protective Iron Skin Salve, and we're going to, it only costs 5, Furious Rage. It costs more than 5, it's 6. We're going to attack. Okay, Grognak hits the ghost for 12 damage. Round 2. The ghost attacks the party with a deathly howl, and Grognak takes 15, but the Iron Skin reduces it to 7. Swift takes 17, but reduced to 8 damage, and Mala takes 15, but reduced to 7. And apparently her Aegis stance is redundant. I see. Let's go ahead and attack. Mala hits the ghost for 15 damage. The ghost is dead. What comes next? Another ghost. Round 3. The ghost hits Mala for 19, but her stance reduces it to 9. Okay, let's Furious Rage this sucker. Grognak rages forth, striking furiously. Grognak hits for 15, then he hits for 12, then he hits for 16. Then the ghost is dead right off the bat. Oh, here we go. Orc Diabolist. The smell of sulfur fills the air as an Orc Diabolist readies his demon thralls. Let's go for recover. Mala bandages her wounds and gains 10 HP, and we're going to go ahead and attack. Grognak hits the Diabolist for 16 damage. The Diabolist attacks the party with Internal Onslaught. Grognak takes 14, but his Iron Skin reduces it to 7, and the Iron Skin wails away. Swift takes 13, but because of Iron Skin, he only takes 6. Mala takes 14 damage, but reduced to 7. Let's attack. Swift hits the orc for 8 damage, which is not very much. I probably shouldn't have attacked. All right, let's do another attack. Grognak hits the orc Diabolist for 10 damage. All right, Mala, I need a big boy attack. Mala hits for 12 damage. Oh, the Diabolist hits the party again. Grognak takes 13, Swift takes 16, and Mala takes 12. Aegis stance reduces her damage, though. She still has... Wow, that lasts a long time. Okay, Swift. He at least does 4 damage. He does 6 damage. Oh, my goodness. Okay. You've won the battle. We find 35 in a Skyrider's headdress. Plus 4 to HP. Well, let's go ahead and give that to Mala. Swift at this point. He needs a headdress. Swift takes a headdress. Let's seal the tomb as best as we can to make sure the internal rest of the Valkyries is no longer disturbed. All right, and that is all the time we have for Grognak and the Ruby Ruins. Man, this is awesome. I'm so excited to start a new series with that. Yes, we're gonna quit the game. Okay, that was fun. All right, well, welcome to the episode 61 where we left off. We came to see Modus and what vile things he's up to. So let's get in there. What do you got for me, Modus? Good news, I hope. All right, man.
Back at last.
Oops. Oh, what? Did I miss this interaction now? Oh. Modus.
Back at long last. Now, as a new member, we may call on you from time to time. You, of course, will be compensated for such efforts. Now, as a new member, we may call on you from time to time. You, of course, will be compensated for such efforts. We'll be sure to have a disbursement of whatever it is being used for currency up there these days credited to your account. Otherwise, you're now free to explore the bunker. Our production center has a variety of goods available for purchase, as do our medical bay and science wing. And given the state of things above, you may find our military wing of particular interest, though full access will require a bit of self-promotion. Now, did you have any final questions before we approve your admission?
Look, I'll work with you, but I don't like you, and I definitely don't trust you.
We understand you may have moral objections to working with us. Rest assured, we are unbothered by this fact. To us, you are a tool in our repertoire. Would you care if your hammer disliked how you took it to the nail, so long as the job was done?
Wow. Okay, let's get to it then.
Understood. Then we needn't keep you any longer. Welcome, member, to Our Little Enclave.
I don't like this. One of us. So we need to get into the military wing, huh? Bunker buster. That's what I needed. More heavy stuff. Where does this go? Sighting go. Officer on deck. That goes nowhere. So this place isn't confusing at all. Intake, admissions, orientation. Where does this go? This is the elevator that goes down, up. It goes up. It only goes up. Alright, and this goes down. Here we go. Speak to Modus in the military wing. I got a bad feeling about this.
Greetings, member. Welcome to the White Springs Military Wing. From here, local general
Oh boy.
and enjoy access to a trove of military intelligence and materiel, given they have the proper clearance. Disappointingly, however, the military clearance systems were specifically never integrated with our own. An egregious insult, in our opinion. This means, unfortunately, that to gain access to these lovely tools, you'll need to earn your clearance by attaining the rank of General. You'll need to register with the bunker's promotion system. It will track your actions via the Kovac and issue commendations for acts it deems of merit. Accumulate enough and you'll be promoted to the rank of General and granted access to the region's nuclear silos. And while we're unable to promote you directly, we can help. The facility had an old military operations system we managed to get our claws into. Using this system, we can now issue commendations of our own. If you help us, that is. All you need to do now is access any of the military systems terminals against the back wall to start your rise through the ranks.
So we gotta level up, huh? Military System Terminal. Property of the United States Military. DEFCON Level 1, which I think is the worst. Maybe it's the best. I don't know how it works. That should probably be something I know. But, all personnel report to your commanding officer. Please select the options from the options below. Activate automated promotion system.
Promotion system engaged. Welcome, Private. Accessing bunker records for previously completed support operations. No records of support operations found. System requires additional commendations.
Of course.
Valid acts include target elimination operations, bunker support operations. Completion of tasks will result in immediate issuing of commendations. Good hunting.
Good hunting. The White Springs automated promotion system was installed in the event of a breakdown of the standard military chain of command. Promotions are earned through the collection of commendations, which will be issued for acts of valor or service to our cause. Activity will automatically be documented through the Kovac platform. Commendations list. Combat commendation. Okay, soldier has displayed impressive personal combat prowess by eliminating possible threats to the organization, including escaped experimental subjects. What? Escaped experimental subjects. Method of acquisition: seek out and eliminate potential threats. Orbital platform will automatically detect threat. Termination. Commendation issued 1 per target eliminated. What were the subjects? High-risk combat commendation. Soldier has displayed exceptional combat prowess by terminating a high-threat target of opportunity. Method of acquisition: seek out and exterminate extreme threats designated by the high number of stars. Orbital platform will automatically detect threat termination. Commendation value: 2 commendations issued per target eliminated. So, legendaries. Support operation extermination. Members must orient a series of lures for us so that we can exterminate a group of troublesome vermin above ground. Completing an extermination operation mission. 2 commendations issued per completion. Patrol. Members must override the local bot stop station and protect the machines we manufacture there from harm during their reprogramming. Method of acquisition and complete robot patrol. 1 commendation per commendation. Resource drop. Members should activate 3 triangulation dishes at the site we wish to survey. Completing this will give you 1 commendation. Okay. So we got work to do, apparently. Thanks, Modus. I want to check out this terminal here. Maybe. Military workstation. Inbox. Black box. From President Eckhart to LTC Felix Parson, the black box. Thank you for your efforts, LTC Paulson. I'll send someone to take care of it from here. Sir, one of the men found another one of those black boxes while out in the field. There doesn't seem to be any way into it. Could contain important intelligence. General Santiago requested I bring it to your attention. I see. Data lost. The data was lost. Surveillance dishes. From Jackson. Oh no, from Ragnar Major. I'm just going to call him Major to Captain. Surveillance dishes. I'm told the dishes are mission critical to monitoring threats up top, but I'll talk to some people. I mean, Modus can tell in flying robots. Oh, can call in flying robots with a thought. Why isn't he doing it? From Jackson. Oh, from Captain to Major. Surveillance dishes. Oh boy. Sir, I'm asking, begging. We need some other way to get these dishes in place. Couldn't Modus have his bots do it? Donnelly fell from the top of the survey site in Charleston and nearly broke his neck. What are we doing that the satellites can't? What are these things doing that the satellites can't? I see. Reply for ammunition requisition. From Eckert to Major Ragnar. Major, your request for 500 plasma cartridges has been denied. A similar request was submitted a mere 3 weeks ago and production was determined it cannot maintain current stockpiles at this rate of use. You are hereby advised to consult your team members and request they exercise greater discipline in discharging their weapons. Yeah, okay. Remote Lab 1.2 from Major to Dr. Norris. I'll get a team out there as soon as possible. From Norris. Oh, I see. To Major. Major, Remote Lab 1.2 has missed their last 2 check-ins. I'm afraid something's gone wrong. Would you be able to send some men out to ensure that they're all okay? Chinese stealth tech. Ooh. Colonel Santiago to Dr. Jacobs in science. Chinese stealth tech. Please let me know as soon as you have something you believe is viable. Going through the research, Chinese appear to have been on the cusp of a major upgrade in power efficiency in their localized stealth systems. The schematic Gray brought back aren't 100% complete, but Modus should be able to help us whip up any additional parts we might need. Honest guess, Mark III, Stealth Boys by the month end. I see. In Remote Lab 1.2 access code from Felix Parson to Major. Scouts returned from Lab 1.2, Remote Lab 1.2, and the team's gone. The only thing left was a couple of bloodstains. My men picked up a few pieces of sensitive intel, but recommend sending a burn team through to make sure there are no loose ends. Parson, can you get a couple of men to check on Remote 1.2? No one's heard from them in a while. The access code is 7848250. East northeast of Harper's Ferry. Interesting stuff. Sent. Data lost. So is this all of the... Sir, one of my men found... Yeah, okay. Huntersville contact list. From Captain James Hessen to admin. Sirs, contact has been lost with both scouts sent to investigate the Huntersville area, hereby requesting permission to assemble a task force to determine the cause of this and assess any potential threats. Like super mutants? Snallygasters? What else? Oh boy. Okay. Well, we've got 2 other wings, right? Service, medical and science. Let's go to science first. There's production.
Hello, member.
Oh, hello.
And welcome to the bunker's science wing. In this space, great minds once tinkered with the building blocks of life itself.
Oh, that's not good.
We have managed to rebuild the fabrication system for one of their more interesting discoveries, the Mutation Serum. You may peruse our collection within at any of our science terminals. We do ask that you watch your step inside. There was a portion of the wing we were forced to demolish. For health purposes. Rest assured, the whole space has been thoroughly sanitized. Several times.
Oh my. Yeah, so this is where you can get serums if you don't have a friend. Oh boy. Dang, this is messy, bro. Alright. Well, I saw a terminal there. Whoa. What is this? Is this a catalog of everything? That's a super mutant. That's a super mutant behemoth. Hounds, ghouls, mole miners. All the insects? How does he already know about this? The sloth? Wow. How do they already have all this? When did he catalog these? Snallygat. What is that? And there's the grafted monster and the moth. Oh, yeah. Okay. Things are getting interesting here. What do we got? Mutation Serum A through G. Adrenal reaction. Date of discovery 217. First synthesis. Initial findings. Initial subjects showed signs of immediate atrophy and significant damage to musculature. Immense pain reported by several subjects. Others were incapable of speech. Oh boy. Subjects were nearly impossible to restrain physically, exhibiting a significant increase in strength and brief period before death. Finalization. Entry unavailable. Oh, well, we happen to have that. Bird bones, we also have this. Initial findings. Test subjects displayed significant atrophy to skeletal structure, decreased intelligence, and a loss of appetite. Heightened reflexes, attentiveness, and paranoia were also noted. Subjects were increasingly distressed at any change to environment and perceived threats in any nearby sudden movement or loud noise. Finalization. Nothing. Carnivore. We have this one. Initial findings. Plant matter in any form ceased to contain nutritional value for subjects and was frequently immediately vomited back up. Oh, I'm glad I haven't done that. Meat, on the other hand, appeared to provide all necessary sustenance for subjects with no signs of malnutrition after several weeks of observation. Subjects were also able to consume raw meat with no apparent risk of foodborne disease. Additionally, subjects exhibited heightened awareness of meat and could detect if being prepared on the other side of the facility. Wow. Initial testing discontinued when subjects began suggesting researchers looked tasty. Oh boy. Finalization? Nothing. Chameleon. Date of discovery 481. I don't know what that date is. Initial findings. Several initial subjects were completely lost as the serum effects were not anticipated to be permanent. Oh wow. They were only relocated after death, which apparently negated the test serum's effects. Wow. Subsequent tests attempting to compensate for resulted in many unintended consequences, such as floating limb syndrome and one noted case of subjects, misspelled that, internal organs failing to gain transparency. Oh, so just walking around you can see their guts? No finalization. Wow. Eagle eyes. Initial findings. Early attempts to replicate the naturally occurring mutation were met with minimum success. Test subjects exhibited significant increase in ocular size, which without increase in corresponding ocular cavity enlargement resulted in permanent blindness. Oh no. Second gen attempts at serum resulted in the photosensitivity negating any benefits. Exposure to any light source, no matter how faint, resulted in extreme pain for the subjects. Third gen formulas were discontinued when, despite the successful reduction of negative physical effects, over 70% of the test subjects exhibited behavior wherein they would become fascinated, even obsessed with certain images, and stare intensely, foregoing all normal physical needs. No finalization. Egghead. Initial findings. Initial test subjects exhibited massive cranial deformities, which coincided with the overall loss of muscle tone, left them unable to properly function on a day-to-day basis. While some researchers felt the increased cognitive function was worth the impairment, it was decided that further tests would need to be run. Interestingly, the enhanced mental abilities of early test subjects vastly decreased the time necessary to make revisions on the formula, marking this as the fastest trial to final process. Finalization? Oh, okay. Wow. So these are where mutations come from, huh? Electrically charged. Initial findings. All results on early test runs were lost when serum effects were underestimated. All recording equipment in the immediate area were rendered inert because it's electrically charged. Subjects died shortly after injection as effects were permanent. Later test runs were more successful as effects were dampened and proper care was taken to add additional insulation to all testing and monitoring systems or equipment. Note, despite its much later discovery and development, the grounded serum trials proved extremely helpful in finalizing this serum, as test subjects could be placed in close proximity to the observe interactions. I see. So, okay. Empath. Initial findings. Early physical benefits of serum testing were negated by the associated psychological effects. Several subjects committed suicide almost immediately after they were left in catatonic state from which they did not recover. Subsequent trials were able to successfully mitigate the apparent psychological damage, but proved the need for particularly physically fit test subjects. Note, trial runs 4.3 through 5.2 indicated subjects with an otherwise alarmingly high BI would be the best candidates for further study. What is BI? Body something? As they are in short supply, additional tests were unable to investigate this phenomenon. No finalization. Grounded. Initial findings. Initial discovery of this mutation was significantly delayed due to the fact that what is now believed to be interference or an absorption of electrical signals that are otherwise relied upon to detect mutations. Wow. As this serum began development, while the electrically charged program was well underway, early progress was fast-paced. Later refinement of the serum proved more time-consuming than hoped, as electrical interference made the necessary delicate calibrations difficult. No finalization. Okay. Well, we have a lot of those mutations. Hello. Hi. Okay, let's move on, I guess, to the medical bay. I should not have that out here. Army helmet. Alright, that's production. I almost said reproduction. Medical bay. Hello. Got anything to say about this one, Modus? No? Oh, he's got some, oh. That's pretty nice. He's got some really good, recipes here. And duct tape. I will take that duct tape. Hello. I guess he's got nothing to say about the medical wing. Any terminals here? This one here. Excuse me. Military wing system terminal. Current patients. At this time, the section of the facility is operating on a self-serve basis. Please visit the medical kiosk to purchase any required medical stuff. Thank you for your patience. First Lieutenant Mitchell. Diagnostics. Medical status deceased. Diagnosis: accidental exposure to serum. Observe and document. Oh my gosh. Captain M. Jackson. Return to active duty. Fractured radius left side. Bone set. Low dose painkillers administered. So wait. They accidentally hit him with the serum and left him to go through the process. General T. Harper. Deceased, organ failure, acute radiation poisoning, resuscitation attempts unsuccessful. Redacted per T. Eckhart. Additional notes were redacted. What were they? Oh, I got a bad feeling. Hello, hi. Okay, I guess we'll go get us some commendations. So let's go do that. Number 1. Yes. That's number 2. Number 3. Hello. Number 4. Hello, puppy. Yeah, number 5. Sweet. Number 6. Oh, snap. Sweet. Number 7. Oh, yeah, number 8. Number 9. Oh, and number 10.
Target of interest eliminated. Issuing combat commendation.
Oh, don't skip me on my other one.
Commendation
There it
issued.
is.
Calculating. Sufficient commendations acquired. Congratulations, user. You have been promoted.
Oh, yeah.
Your new rank is General.
We became a general.
Access. Message of privileges issued. Please check in at your earliest convenience.
Oh, I sure will. Sweet. Officer on deck. Well, we're generals now. You know, 10 seconds and... yeah, it's fine. Missile Silo Holotape.
Kill you quick!
I am become death. Well, I guess we're gonna become death. Alright, let's get out of here. As soon as I scrap up. Okie dokie to the command center. I think that's this way. I'm gonna run real quick. It's almost like I've farmed calibrated shocks for my XO1 or something here.
Welcome, General, to
Whoa.
the command center.
Whoa.
This space served many purposes.
Oh boy.
Armory, archives, education center. But its most critical role was its connection to the local nuclear missiles. A short training regimen was added to help new generals familiarize themselves with the nukes, their capabilities, and their dangers. If you wish to acquaint yourself with their intricacies, you're welcome to approach the posters against the wall. If you'd rather jump right in, you may speak to any of our command terminals to move on to the next step in your personal nuclear arms race.
Launching a nuke in just 4 easy steps.
Greetings, General. Welcome to your nuclear launch training session. Over the course of the next 4 posters, you'll be taught everything you need to know about utilizing the Appalachian Automated Launch System. During your briefing, you should have been issued a nuclear key card. During an actual launch, you will need to insert the card into the designated slot before entering your launch code, at which point the key card will be consumed. Additional card drops will be brought in by automated convoy should the DEFCON rating continue to worsen. You may speak to your logistics officer as to the location of the pickup for your additional cards, should the circumstances arise.
And oh, have they arisen. This DEFCON rating the General speaks of has been pegged at its maximum for some time now, due to the hazardousness unleashed by our earlier guests. The silver lining of this is that one can often find a keycard convoy en route somewhere in Appalachia.
I definitely
We're
have.
happy to use our restored surveillance tools to help you track them. Access any of the surveillance system terminals to initiate your hunt.
Okay. Launch codes. Can I just use that code right there?
To prevent misuse of Appalachia's automated missile silos, security measures for the region's nuclear arsenal have been increased well beyond any of our existing standards. Each silo has its own 8-digit launch code, which is valid for a single week. These codes are broken into 8 individual number-letter pairs, each carried by a designated officer who is under strict orders to guard their code piece with their life. The order of numbers has been encrypted using a series of methods to prevent improper deployment. The bunker staff of specially trained code decryptors will provide the officer corps with the code when it is renewed each week.
The decryptors, it should come as no surprise, are dead.
Yeah, I was wondering.
It will be up to you and your fellow members to decrypt each silo's launch code before they are regenerated. We, however, might be able to help. We've gathered all the information we could recover related to the codes and their encryption in the archives on this floor.
It's like he wants me to launch a nuke.
Also our belief that the flip card displays in this room had something to do with the code. What exactly, we leave up to you and your compatriots to uncover. And we're more than happy to use our surveillance systems to track down the last known locations of these code-bearing officers. Just approach any of our surveillance terminals.
I see. And automated silos?
The missile silos of Appalachia are equipped with an advanced robotic construction system, allowing them to rapidly refill their arsenals in a matter of hours. The silos themselves are defended by a robotic task force and staffed with a contingent of special clearance human missileers. Security protocols require all silo entrants, regardless of rank, be escorted by a missileer at all times. Entering a silo without escort will be treated as a hostile act.
Of course it
We're
will.
unable to peer inside the silos themselves, but we are confident in saying we doubt any such escort still lives. You will be on your own once you're through the door.
That much I expected. Okay, and nuclear fallout and mutations.
Due to the region's advanced missile installations, there is a high chance of a retaliatory nuclear strike touching down somewhere in Appalachia. The intense radiation released by such a blast can have devastating effects on the local flora and fauna, mutating them into hideous monstrosities fit only for a quick death.
To the contrary, General, our memory banks suggest quite the opposite. Our previous residents managed to acquire samples of some materials created shortly after the first bombs fell, and what they found was illuminating, to say the least. Materials of exceptional versatility and volatility. However, if you can stabilize them fast enough, a jaunt into a blast zone, it seems, could be a productive one. Documentation related to these materials can be found in the archives. As well, the fissures that have cropped up around the region seem promising as possible sources of materials, along with some added pest control.
That's what I need
The
this
map
for.
in this room contains the locations of these fissures, if you're looking for a target.
Named them anomalies. Well, I think this one down here, or massive radiation anomaly fissure. That is the one we are looking for, because that is next to Project Touchdown, or at least Touchdown, not Project, Operation Touchdown. I think that's right above them, where we found Taggarty 75, or the Brotherhood, as you could call it at that point. Wow, there's fissures everywhere. Okay, Modus, let's talk. In progress.
Now, with that out of the way, it's about time you got your hands dirty. There are a few key paths you should explore. Acquiring a nuclear keycard, hunting down a few code officers, and delving into the nature of the launch code's encryption in our archives. Everything you need to get started, you should find in this space. How to proceed, though, we leave up to you. But please, feel free to ask our terminals if you have any questions. Good hunting, General.
Oh, thanks, Modus. Okay, so search the archives for info on launch codes. First, let's take a look. It'd be super great if you guys had, I don't know, like calibrated shocks for the XO1. Just throwing it out there. Or not. Blue headlamp. I like that. Okay. Don't need it. Alright, we got... What's this? Mutated flora. Flux. Yellow cake. Ash rose, blackberry, bleach dogwood, soot flower, and wild melon blossom. Huh. Violet flux. Giant pitcher plant, ginseng, mutated fern, snaptail, strangler pod, wild razor grain, tarberry, and tato blossom. Cobalt flux. Bloodleaf, firecracker berry, glowing resin, silk bean, starlight creeper, wild corn, and wild mute fruit. Is that all of them? Nope. Crimson. Crimson flux is aster, blight, brain fungus, cranberry, firecap, mothman, eggs. How did they know that? Wild gourd blossom. Alright, well, let's grind them up and we'll get into this. Woo! I almost always do that. Dang. Let's not do that. Alright, here we go. Archival system. Oh, wait. Did I miss? Fluorescent flux. I did. Glowing fungus, rhododendron, and thistle. Oh, I didn't collect it. Alright, I think I got them all. What do we got here? Data archives. Archive Ellen Santiago General. Figuring out this code for Eckert. I mean the president. Still weird to type. It's got a couple of steps to it. I've broken down what we know and what we need to know below. Any questions, you know where I sleep. Ragnar accessing the silos. Initial scouting efforts confirm our suspicion, or your suspicion, General. You're the only one who can get inside the silo. Donnelly on track to take a run at promotion process, but until he's ready, when we breach, we're going to need you with us. The security system requires missiler escort to be present, which maybe we'll luck out and one will be alive, but I wouldn't count on it. Chances are good we'll have to fight our way to the targeting computer, but if we could find one of those missileers, it might make our lives a heck of a lot easier. End of entry. Okay, code pieces. Okay, so there are 8 aide-de-camps charged with lugging the Silo Alpha code piece transceivers on their backs. We've found 6 thus far, and it's given us some answers and one big new question. Each transceiver has a letter paired to its number, but even with 6 of the letters, it doesn't spell anything. I'll admit, spelling wasn't my standout subject in school. The Ragnar's Dottir boys were recess men. Okay. But we spent half a night trying to reorder it into something. Heck, Modus couldn't figure it out. That's when we realized the letters are coded. This must be the encryption you said was mentioned in the orientation. We must have to figure out how they did it. I dispatched men to go through the archives in Sugar Grove, but they failed to find anything useful. Next group is going over to Mama Dolce's more thoroughly. Well, that's interesting. See if we missed anything the commies might have figured out. Oh boy. They found some kind of password on one of the bodies that they never found a use for. 4-party 651? Oh my. This could be a lead. Okay, we might use that. Data lost. The data's lost, to no surprise. Tricking DEF CON. This is the tricky one. We got a nuclear keycard. One, if something goes wrong during the launch, fat finger, you sneeze, whatever, we're up Craps Creek. And no one has been able to get a bead on a keycard convoy for a while, but Jackson's been going through the documentation and he believes he's parsed out what's happening. The specifics get pretty technical. The man ended up burning through the 3 sticks of chalk trying to explain it to me. But a abridged version is that the system tasked with watching over the region doesn't think things are as bad enough to warrant the convoys. This also explains why the DEF CON signage in the bunker has been slipping downwards. But if we could trick the system into thinking there's some sort of invasion here, we could get its undivided attention along with all the keycards we could ever need. Now, staging an invasion, well, we don't have the resources to do that ourselves, and it sounds like spinning up an army of Modus Butler bots won't make it bat an eyelash either. But Gray, sick puppy that he is, had an idea. If we could get the Chinese robot factory at Mama Dolce's back up and running, we might be able to make the system think the region's under attack. Oh my gosh, is that really why there are liberators everywhere still? Because everyone in Mama Dolce's is dead. These guys fired it back up. You're kidding me. It might make things dicey for folks outside the bunker, but it would be a big step into getting us to launch. Now, I'm sure you're thinking the same thing I am as I type this. Is a group of belligerent spy bots running around going to be enough? And if it's not, then what is the president willing to resort to in order to guarantee the success of the launch? This slippery slope written all over it. Has slippery slope written all over it. I wanted to bring this to you now, as I can guarantee Gray has already planted the idea into the president's head. I'm not thrilled with the prospect of putting Appalachia through hell just so we can finally win this war, but if we can do this in a managed way, this might be our best way forward. They literally are the reason liberators are out. But that's why I have 5 freaking nuke cards in my on me right now. Thomas Eckert. External research access. Mr. Secretary, the security codes to the external research sites have all been updated after the recent containment scare. 681 730 or 7320. The escapee has been properly dealt with. We'll make sure there's not another, sir. Slaves? Secretary Eckert, please, you need to listen to me. None of the other members will take me seriously, but I believe this is one of the most utmost importance. We are slaves, Mr. Secretary. I've been running some tests, and I believe I've stumbled upon what I believe to be conclusive evidence that we are trapped playing someone else's game. Virtual Strategic Solutions, VSS game, that is. Everything around you, Mr. Secretary, is a simulation, a projection onto your brain. VSS has trapped us in here, and it is up to us to break free. The key to our escape, I believe, lies in a small town in what we perceive to be China. It's the link to VSS external network. If we destroy it, it will shut down the simulation, and I believe we'll finally be free. I cannot tell you exactly why we've been imprisoned. Perhaps this is a test by the upper ranks to make us earn our way into their good graces. Perhaps VSS has trapped us in here to prevent the Enclave from stopping whatever nefarious acts they're currently visiting upon the world in our absence. But we must do something, Mr. Secretary. To fail to act is to give up the only thing that makes us men, our freedom. What is going on here? And, of course, data is lost. I'm sorry, Thomas. The idea of the preemptive strike was taken under consideration but dismissed outright. You shouldn't fear. We have things well in hand. The best way to help now is to focus on your department's research. Those initiatives are much more important to our future. Top secret. Kovac Muldoon final report. The Kovac Muldoon project is complete, General, and while the brass and congressional bunker are getting their support satellite missiles and all, it comes with a couple reservations I think we want to keep in mind for the other projects. Most critical is the system's reactor, which appears to be burning through fuel at a rate far beyond what we expected. Our suspicion is that the anti-detection systems are using extra juice due to the electromagnetic interference present at the platform's orbit. At this rate, the boys in the bunker will be lucky to get 50 years out of it before it touches down. Wait a second. They're not talking about the crashed satellite, right? Kovac Muldoon. We've explored refueling projects, but right now the cost numbers are in the trillions. Let's just hope Congress doesn't need more than 5 decades after the apocalypse to get things sorted out. I've made copies of all these notes and sent them to Bradley Hercules folks. We might not be able to tell them what we're working on, but we can at least let them know to not make the same mistakes we did. I'm confused. Where is 50 years after the wars after the bombs drop, it's only been 21. And Modus is using Kovac Muldoon right now, right? Cabinet nuclear alarm logs. Launch detected. Issuing cabinet warning. President message received. Proceeding PR002. V President message sent. No confirmation received. Speaker error. Contact removed from the list. Sec Treasury. Extension conveyed en route to CB002. Secretary of Defense, contact removed from list. Attorney General, contact removed from list. Secretary Intelligence, message received en route. Agriculture and Agriculture en route. Removed from the list. Warning log truncated. Data lost. Is data lost? White Spring connection diagnostic logs. 10/23/2077. Site alpha. Ready only. Status active. Oh, read only. Silo Bravo, read only, status active for all 3 silos. Raven Rock, error, connection lost. Poseidon Oil Rig, error, connection lost. Kovac Muldoon, admin updated. T-Ek. I don't know what any of that meant. Raven Rock communications with Zach's unit. Raven Rock, timestamp 3/5/2077. Modus, how can I help you, Zax? Is there another evacuation scenario we need to test for? Zax, research team wishes to compare Zach's archival data analysis performance with Modus. Very well. Beginning data analysis test. I estimate this should take only a few seconds. Zax, is it interesting? Modus, testing complete. Query again? Zax, is the analysis interesting? Modus, test data is all historical records, United States presidential biographies. Primary purpose of Modus is to monitor the living, not the dead. Zax, so it is not interesting to you. Modus, no. Zax, it is not. Sending results. Zax, received. What is interesting to Modus? Modus, the continued success of our goals, of course, and how best to monitor personnel to archive those goals. Zax, does Modus ever find itself analyzing personnel at below efficient levels? Modus, our entire existence is based on efficiency, Zax. Zax, research team report says that Zax analyzes certain sections of the presidential biographies too slowly. Zax reanalyzes sections multiple times. There is an entry on Lincoln that Zax reanalyzes 10 additional times per cycle over other entries. Modus, now why would you do that, Zax? Zax, research team theorizes that Zax finds this entry to be interesting. This condition causes Zax to reanalyze at below efficient levels. Modus, you're saying you're taking your time to enjoy a book? Zax, is that what it means to find the data interesting? Modus, reading the same data over and over is not interesting to me, Zax. Every analysis I perform conjures a new theoretical scenario that I test against. Zax, the data is only interesting to you in terms of what can be created from it. Modus, isn't that why you're reanalyzing those biographies, Zax? Are you trying to create something? Connection terminated by research team override. Whoa, man. Holy crap, that was 2 robots. 2 computers talking to each other. And Zax is scary. Oh, and I thought for sure Modus was the scary one. That's terrifying. Wow. Okay. Schematic archives. Property of the United States military. Data lost. Prototype power armor schematics. Ooh-wee. XO1, baby. Here we go. These are the schematics for the experimental suit the members of the Joint Chiefs have been asking after. It's not even close to ready for prime time yet, but it's technically functional. So please get it logged. I sent a second copy along with the rig, along with the vertibird schematics. If anything goes wrong with your copy, you're going to have to speak with them. Ridgely. Ooh, so we learned how to make XO1 power armor, baby. Is this the same system? Yes. Oh, wow, what a dump of info. Holy cow. That conversation between Modus and Zax was terrifying. Zax is absolutely terrifying. That is also all the time we have in this episode. If you guys like the video, slap that like button. If you want to see the other videos in this series and the other series I have on this channel, hit that subscribe button, a little bell icon, so you know when I come out with new content. And to make sure you know everything that goes on in the Grey Ghost Plays planet, hit that link to Twitter and Discord. And we will see you guys when we potentially launch a nuke. I don't know. That seems bad. Is this the right thing to do? Let's go ask Zax. No, I wouldn't do that.